This is Property 101 with Steve. Flipping, renovation, and property tips and tricks. I'm at the whiteboard, I'm in the field, I'm chatting to experts. It's 100% me, real and raw. Made possible by Saint-Gobain and Curve Gear.
A new kitchen, new bathrooms, a fresh coat of paint, new floors. We all know these are the biggest value adds in a home renovation, but they're also the most expensive, and not all homes require these changes. I always ask myself, what will multiply a home's perceived value while keeping the budget in check? Basically a big wow impact at a low cost. And that's why today I'm talking about the Appeal Multiplier Rule in house flipping with real-world examples. So let's draw the graph. On this side, we've got perceived value. And then on this side of the graph, we've got cost. Now, this area is where you want to be. That's the sweet spot. It's where you spend less, but still adding upgrades that are memorable and add value. So how do you know what has high perceived value? Well, it's something that would make the average buyer say, wow. It would make the home feel more premium without needing an explanation, and would be specifically mentioned in a property listing and highlighted in the listing photos. So what about the cost side of things? So in this rule, cost is a blend of money, time, and effort. So not being expensive in monetary terms, not complex or requiring a lot of effort or specialist involvement, and not time consuming. So this is the Appeal Multiplier checklist. Let's now look at some examples. When keeping old cabinetry, replace old cupboard and door handles with new matte black, brass or brushed finishes in a contrasting color to the doors. These are tactile elements that you actually interact with, and I would say new light switches fall into this category as well. An open plan layout is another one, and this is removing non-structural walls, and this was one of the top renovation hacks in my last video, and it really increases the value of a home at a reasonable cost. Another example is creating feature walls. Like a painted wall in a trendy color. We did this at Project V in the reading room, the green wall. Wallpaper on a feature wall, or all the walls in a small room like a guest toilet. And then a green plant wall is a great idea, and we are planning to do this at Project W. Really good advice I can give relating to this section of the graph is you should think about unique elements that other homes don't have, giving the buyer something that feels special the moment they walk in, a differentiator. And it often involves repurposing, restoring, working with what's already there. For example, as mentioned on Project W, the courtyard area outside the main bathroom, the idea is to create an outside shower with a green wall. It's unique and it's different and really cool. You'll see exactly what we're doing there very soon. Stay tuned. On Project O, there was an old play court, and this was a cool one because you don't see this often. It wasn't a lot of work to restore. We added a new fence and created a new activity play court. Creating these unique elements will differ per house. You need to be smart in identifying the area to do it in. So when you're thinking of an area to renovate, apply the Appeal Multiplier Rule using this checklist to find out if it has an appeal multiplier effect or is it a negative return move. Including a few high impact, low cost features might just tip the scales and really sell the dream. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers. And importantly, my YouTube stats show that only 34% of you watching right now are subscribed to the channel. It's easy and free. Just make sure you logged into your Google account and hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow and you'll never miss an episode. And you guys need to let me know what you want to learn from me in the series. Comment below.
Flipping Johannesburg is constructed by Saint-Gobain and Steve is outfitted by Curve Gear.